Greetings, Cyberdogs and citizens of the interbubs. This is ReNDoG coming at you in another episode of Minecraft Survival from the Hermitcraft server. Hope you guys are having a fantabulous day today, baby. It is Monday morning and the ReNDoG is in a great mood, guys. I am pumped up for this week. We are going to be doing so much work in Hermitcraft. We are going to be working on the Mobilisa like nobody's business. And we are going to be adding some cool stuff into the Netherboard. Are you guys ready for a sweet-ass week of Minecraft? Oh, man. I don't actually know why I'm so excited today. I guess the weather is really nice in England today. The sun is out. It is a beautiful day right now. And, yeah, I just woke up with a little bit of a spring in my step. Been having some really great times on live streams for the last couple of weeks, guys. If you don't know, I live stream on twitch.tv/ReNDoG and last night we were doing a little bit of work on stream that I want to show you guys today. We were working on improving our ink farm here in the Netherboard and just a few more touches that I need to make to that to get it cooking. And yeah, I also started adding a roof to storage module beta over here. This is something that we've been needing to do for some time now. Started doing this in a stream about a week ago or so, and let's get this jazz finished off. Now, we're not going to be working too much in the Netherboard today, my friends, because we have got a lot of work to do in the Mobilisa. I don't know how many of you guys watched the Hermitcraft recap this week, but I got freaking roasted, man. I got roasted in the recap. They were saying that I'm not able to catch up with Iskall in the Mobilisa, that I'm dragging behind, that Iskall's doing all this cool stuff, and ReNDoG is not able to keep up. Well, we are going to change that situation this week, my friends. We're going to be hitting the Mobilisa pretty hard, and we're going to try and see what we can do and see if we can catch up with this guy. We got shops to install, we got grinding chambers to make, we got freaking walls to build. Oh man, we got so much stuff to do. It's going to be absolutely awesome. Anyway, guys, settle in, sit back and relax. Hope you got a crunchy freaking beverage, a tasty freaking snack. Let's play some Minecraft together, baby. Now we be cooking with gas, Cyberdogs. That is looking so much better now, isn't it? No longer do we have this giant freaking pit in the middle of the Netherboard. We've actually got a roof onto storage module beta, and I've purposefully made it quite a low roof because I didn't want it to obscure the beautiful view of the Von Butts Industrial Park over here, right? And from a computer component perspective, I guess this thing is like one of those very flat RAM pieces or one of those very flat components that you see on motherboards. It's nice and low to the surface of the motherboard, I suppose. Let's get some freaking airtime over here, see if we can get a better view of this thing. Hang on. That wasn't airtime. That just went straight into the ocean. What in the jazz? How many hermits do we have on the server right now? There is some serious lag going on around here. There we go. Let's get a little bit of airtime and have a look. Yeah, I love it, man. I love it. That looks so awesome. Next up, we got to work on this entrance, though, don't we? It is looking absolutely disgusting, but we're going to do that in another episode. Now, last time we were together, if you guys remember, we started to look at some of these achievements or these advancements that have been added to the Hermitcraft 5 server, and I tried to unlock a true log fella. I failed to do that though, but I was such an idiot. Thank you to everybody who let me know how to achieve this achievement. And by the way, look how many bones are coming into storage module Gamma. Oh, this thing is working a treat, baby, except for the ink. I've only managed to get 24 ink. We need to upgrade that freaking ink farm quick, fast, and in a freaking hurry. Anyway, in the previous episode, guys, we were trying to get the Logfellas achievement, weren't we? And guess what, guys? I was literally, I think, 40 logs away from achieving this achievement. Thanks to everybody who let me know that what I need to do is get 500 logs in my inventory. Last episode, we got to like 486 or something. I mean, we were so close. It was absolutely insane. So today we are going to unlock this achievement. I got spruce. That's going to be the easiest tree to grow. And we are going to unlock that achievement. And as I said last time, we're going to be trying to unlock a hermit achievement in every single episode until we unlock them all. So let's get rid of this glass, grow some spruce, and get ourselves a freaking achievement. If that's not enough spruce loggage to get me my freaking Logfellas achievement, I'll eat my derp hat. Guys, I've got good news and I've got bad news. The bad news is I have not been able to trigger the Logfellas advancement. For some reason, it's not happening. It might be bugged or it might be broken. I've got over 1,000 oak wood logs in my inventory right now, and that is not triggering it. I tried to do it with spruce too. Take a look at this. I've collected a bunch of spruce also. If I put all of this spruce in my inventory, nothing happens. So for some reason, I don't know, maybe my advancement is bugged. Maybe the Logfellas advancement is bugged, or maybe I'm just doing something really derptastic and doing it completely wrong. Does anybody out there know what's going on? Oh man. The good news is though, I think there is another advancement I'll be able to get today for myself, and the other advancement on the list over here for the ReNDoG is uranium over here, right? Hang on, that's Cub fans. Here it is. Obtain this powerful block. So I think that the way that we do this is we take a magma block and we rename it into uranium. I think that's how we can get the uranium advancement. So let's fly over to an anvil. Frickin' rain. It's always raining on this server for some reason, man. Anyway, let's get over here and let's rename this little block of uranium without frickin' derping around like an idiot. Okay, let's rename this into uranium. Is that going to give us our achievement? Boom. That has not given us our achievement. And if it's a capital U, maybe, is that going to give us our achievement? Yes, that gives us our achievement. Freaking uranium. At least we got one achievement in the belly, Cyberdogs. Okay, next up on our to-do list, guys, is to try and make an improvement to our squid farm over here. This thing is absolutely janktastic. One of the worst farms that I think I've ever seen in my life. In the 2 weeks of its existence, it has only generated about 24 ink. It's actually made about a stack or so because I've used some of that ink. But yeah, it is absolute freaking garbage. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to turn my squid farm into an Iskall Guardian squid farm. So we've got some Guardians floating around this lake. There they are, zapping away at the freaking innocent squids over there. What I want to do is try and get these Guardians into this squid farm. That is going to improve the efficiency of this farm quite a lot, I think, because of course the squid are going to be killing, the Guardians are going to be killing the squid in here, and then the ink sacks are going to be collected by the hopper minecart that we've got under here. Now, to make this happen, I've had to do some adjustments, shall we say, to our farm over here, and what I've done is I've removed all of the uranium that was down here before that was killing the squids. Of course, if we leave the uranium down there, the Guardians are going to get wrecked by that uranium eventually when they float down to the bottom of the squid farm, right? So I've replaced the uranium with this black concrete over here, and underneath this black concrete, and there goes my doorbell. And we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Just got a delivery from Amazon. I'm so excited, man. I got myself a smoothie maker, a blender thing. Oh man, I'm so excited about it. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that later on in the episode. But where was I? Oh yes, okay, so I've replaced all of the uranium down here with black concrete. Underneath this black concrete, we have rails with the hopper minecart on it going back and forth, and that is going to be collecting all of that beautiful freaking squid juice. And then that squid juice gets delivered into storage module gamma via item aqueducts and all of that jazz. You guys have seen all of the mechanics in the series so far. And so, yeah, this is going to be a way better way to do it, right? We're going to have to get the Guardians in here, though, which that is not something I'm looking forward to. But the first thing I want to do is get rid of all of this stone over here so that we can get this entire tank completely filled up with water. But yeah, guys, I got this delivery, right? Oh, man, I'm trying something kind of crazy in my life this week that I want to tell you about. Basically, I'm going to try and go an entire week without eating meat. I know that sounds completely insane. It's something that I've never done before, and I'm kind of curious. I'm currently in a mode in my life where I'm trying new things. I'm trying to get healthier. I'm going to the gym. I'm eating better, and I've never tried to not eat meat. I think I've been eating meat my entire life. I've eaten meat probably at least 2 or 3 times a day for my entire life, and I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to feel like to go an entire week just eating, well, plants. I have no idea if I'm going to feel bad, if I'm going to feel good, but it's an experiment that I'm trying, and I've got this this smoothie maker thing which I'll be using to make myself breakfast out of fresh fruit and spinach and nuts and all kinds of things. I've got a whole bunch of recipes, and I'm super excited about it, man. I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes along, my little vegetarian experiment, okay? And maybe what we should do, actually, to commemorate this little experiment, this was a suggestion made to me in stream last night, maybe we should try and be vegetarian in Minecraft for the week or so. Okay, let's do it, guys. This week on Minecraft, we're only allowed to eat vegetables, okay? Probably a bad idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. Well, guys, it looks like this plan was crazy enough to work. Take a look at this. I have covered the lake in boats, and the thinking is that when the Guardians come up to the surface, like they sometimes do, they come up to the surface and jump out like a whale or something, they will eventually get trapped by one of these boats that I've placed all over the lake over here, and it looks like I've already managed to trap 3 of these bastards. That is awesome. There's only one more of them floating around down here somewhere, and this is going to make it much easier for us to shift the Guardians into the squid farm, right? So that we can turn this squid farm into an Iskall squid farm. And by the way, I'm now going to be eating golden carrots because we're in vegetarian mode this week. And take a look at this. This is how we're going to ride it. This is Sand Saber Games, named after someone watching in a stream. And this is how we're going to move them, right? We're just going to get into the boat, and then we're going to have a Guardian-powered boat, and we'll be able to take the freaking Guardian into the squid farm nicely and safely without us getting killed. So that's awesome. Just got to catch one more of these Guardians, though, and I guess it's a waiting game, right? We have no idea where he is. He's down here somewhere, and I'm going to have to wait for him to get into this boat. But guys, I tell you what, we will do that in the next episode. Try get these Guardians into the squid farm. For now, I want to get my butt over to the Mobilisa, because I've been out here on the Netherboard for a couple hours now, and I am keen to get going on some Mobilisa action. So yeah, we'll tackle this project in the next episode. Let's get our butts over to the Mobilisa, guys. Welcome back, my fellow Minecrafters, to the Mobilisa project. We're going to kick things off for this segment of the video right here in Iskall's side of the Mobilisa. Now, I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers because we've got 3 people working out here on this project. Of course, ourselves working on that Elven Kingdom back there, Iskall working on this Orc Kingdom, and Stress Monster 101 working on the terraforming. And I don't want to do too many spoilers, but I did want to come in here to show you guys what Iskall has been up to on his side of the island. I've been talking about how our design is being sort of guided by what Iskall is doing on his side. And what we're trying to do is create a side of the Mobilisa that contrasts, but at the same time complements what Iskall is doing over here. So this is a gorgeous orcish castle that Iskall's been working on, and I absolutely love it. Look at the detail in the wall. I think it's so cool. I mean, if orcs were to build a fortress, this is how they would do it, right? Just haphazardly with rocks and broken bricks and stuff. There would be no design. There'd be no thought into it. And I really love the wall, how sort of raggedy it is. I absolutely love these roofs too, made out of, what is this? Dark red concrete and red cloth. I think it looks absolutely beautiful, and the banner is just so sweet. We've got a couple of rooms going on back here. We got some cauldrons where the orcs wash their weapons, I suppose. And yeah, his side of the island, I keep saying that in these videos, his side of the arena is coming along really, really nicely. This is where Iskall has his shop over here, and he started to set up some redstone over here with Mumbo, but we haven't quite figured out exactly how the shops are going to work, but this is what we need to implement on our side of the island too. And Iskall has a grinding chamber over here, which is what we started last time, and as you can see, we come down 5 blocks, then we walk 5 blocks into a 5x7 grinding chamber, and Iskall's done some pretty clever stuff here with splitting the zombies into different directions. We're going to have to do the same thing on our side so that we can get the same sort of randomization of zombies dropping through the roof there. So, Iskall's side of the island looking pretty damn snazzy, right? I absolutely love it, man. It is so sweet. Now, let's have a quick look at what Stress has been up to too, because she has been working her butt off too. She's been working really, really hard on a beautiful bit of terraforming. Hang on, where is the entrance into this thing? It's supposed to be down there, but I guess it's somewhere to the right. I'm trying not to do too many spoilers around here. Jeez, I think I'm spoiling over here. Let me look at the ground. I'm going to try and get to the place of the arena where Stress hasn't shown in her videos yet. But yeah, Stress has been working on this secret tunnel. This, of course, is a tunnel that takes us directly into the Orcish Fortress or directly into the Elvish Fortress. And we are going to have a skeleton grinder somewhere in the middle. I think it's in this location here. We still need to work on the design for it. But of course, if we come through this tunnel, we are eventually going to get up into the Elvish Kingdom bottom on this side. So, looking pretty damn snazzy, this beautiful arena. I am loving it, man. And yeah, I've been doing some pretty big work around here. Last time we were together, we set up the foundations for the back wall of our kingdom. Today, I want to try and get some of this wall up. I have just settled on a design for the back wall that I think looks really sweet. Take a look at this bad boy, man. Nice and big. It's really tall. It sort of towers above you when you're on the ground. There's going to be a lot of fighting done in this area, right? And to have these sort of towering structures behind you, I think is really, really sweet. And what I want to try and do, of course, as we spoke about last time, is have some spires piercing up into the skyline. Looking absolutely jazztastic, baby. So, I want to settle in, get some blocks placed, guys. Let's see how much of this wall I can actually replicate. And then I want to do a little bit of work on the spires that go up into the sky too. But yeah, place is looking freaking snaztastic, baby. I gotta be honest with you, cyberdiggity dogs. The day after I set up these giant green stencils for this wall, I got a little bit worried. I was concerned that I wasn't going to be able to pull this off, that I wasn't going to be able to make really big walls look really good. I've never made walls of this size in my life before, and what worried me was the detail. I was so concerned whether we would be able to get really nice detail like we have here for the interior wall into a wall that is so massive. But I've actually come to realize something. I've been working on this wall now for about an hour or so, and it's actually been a much easier process than working on the smaller wall. And I think the reason for that is when you're working on a more compressed design, you have much fewer block spaces to work with, right? So you've got to try and cram your detail into a much sort of more squished palette, I guess. And when you have a really big wall like this, it's much easier to use space in a clever way, right? And that's exactly what I've done here. We've got two segments to this wall that sort of emulate sections of this wall, I guess, but we're using the pallets, we're using the grey concrete, we're using the white concrete powder, or the other way around, the grey concrete powder and the white concrete. And I think it's turning out really nicely. I've got some trees up there too, and I've just spotted a little bit of OCD that's kicking in over here. I've left out a couple of slabs up here, haven't I? So let's just get that filled in. But yeah, this is looking really nice. This is the design that I want to go with the back wall. I don't think it's overly detailed. I think it's kind of epic. It's got that sort of overarching look to it. I love this little lip over here. And now what I'm trying to focus on is trying to do a similar design over here for the central spire of the design. Now, the problem with this part of this design is that what I want to do is have some sort of a gate that is going to be going through here, and behind that gate I want to have the elven kingdom back here, but it's kind of messing with the symmetry of the wall, so I have to figure out like a different design for this particular section of the wall. But I don't know. I think what I'm going to try and do is keep it quite similar to the other design, and this actually goes straight into the foundations for the shop that we're working on over here. So I've got to be kind of careful with this. But what I want to do is I want to have white concrete at the bottom of the segments, and then I think what we could probably do is just extend this lip thing going on over here, right? This balcony, I suppose, all the way over to the other side, and then we can use that as the boundary, right? So check it out. If we add this balcony over here, bring it all the way like this, and this is going to be the white section down here, right? You just get some white concrete down there. Boom, baby. And then I got one ender pearl left. Nice. Better make good use of it for this freaking segment. Can I get up there? Dang it, you idiot. ReNDoG freaking ender pearl waster. Oh man. Anyway, so the white is going to be down here, right? And then we will get the light gray concrete up here too, just like we did on the other wall design. But I guess it's going to be a little bit more compact. So the light gray concrete will go up the wall design like this. Probably one block back though. It's probably going to be over here actually. To add a little bit more depth into it. But yeah, that's what I'm trying to work on. And I've been trying to have a think about these spires too. I'm trying to figure out some pretty cool designs for them. I've been playing a little bit with it. I think it looks kind of sweet, but I don't know, man. I'm still going to work on that a little bit. So still a few more blocks to be placed down today, guys. Let me get busy, and I'll bring you back when there's something more sweet to look at. Okay, this tower over here is throwing a wrench in my freaking spokes right now, Cyberdogs. I think I've actually made this in completely the wrong way. I've made a fatal error. Basically, what I've done here, I've been working on this wall design, and I think I made the wall too flush with the tower, right? So basically, this section of the tower is now just a part of the wall. Actually, I think that's exactly what I've done. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's exactly what I've done. So basically, the wall has absorbed the tower, and that's not good. I'm going to have to take this whole thing down to try and get the wall behind the tower so that it sticks out a little bit, or maybe I'll try push the tower forward a little bit, a couple blocks. I don't know, man, but yeah, I'm going to have to take that whole thing down at some point. Kind of like what's cooking over there, though. I like the slab idea here with the light gray concrete. That's looking pretty cool. But yeah, I'll probably do that off camera. I kind of want to do a little bit of experimenting with you guys for the last part of today's episode on this little spire area over here. I kind of like what I've done here with this spire. If we take a closer look, I've used a couple of stairs and stuff to try and get it to look kind of elfish. I really like the way that these go up like this. I think that looks really cool. And then we got a little bit of the blue gem at the very top of the spire, so that looks pretty sweet. And I think it was pretty simple to do. I mean, all I was basically doing, and we're probably going to have to change, yeah, we're going to have to change that into a block there. I think all that I was doing really was making a central spire over here. So we're probably going to have to flesh this little tower out a little bit more. This is probably going to be a square tower, actually, and it's probably going to be it's not going to be evenly shaped either. Yeah, this is a tower that's 3 by 2 at the moment, so we'll probably have to make it 3 by 3, right, just so that we can get some symmetry going. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now what we can do, because what I did over there is I added like little central part of the tower first, right? So it kind of has like a core, like in a carrot. That's the best way that I can describe it. I love eating the core of a carrot. I know that sounds weird. I'm not even going to get into it, man. Let's move swiftly on, shall we? Anyway, so we create this sort of core over here for the spire, and then we can create some of this like this. And what we'll do is use stairs to make a little bit of like a shape over here, right? To get this cool little thing going on over here. So let's get that going. And then I suppose this is a 3 by 3 up here. So this is going to be going into a single block. And then, yeah, then we can have another couple of blocks going up like this. And we can stick the gem at the very top of this thing. I kind of want this to be really tall, right? I want it to be towering into the skyline so that when the orcs look at it from across the arena, it's going to look kind of sweet, right? It's going to look really intimidating. So if we get some of our blue concrete powder in here like that, I think that's going to look pretty sweet. I also don't want to look up because I'm going to spoil some stuff over there. I think we should also get some chisel stone here underneath each of the stairs. I think that'll look kind of cool. That's sort of what I got going on the big spire over there. That's like a much bigger version of the one that I'm making over here. And I think that looks kind of sweet. So let's get some of this chiseled stone underneath these stairs. Just like so. I think we need one more over here. Yeah, one more over there. And then I suppose we'll probably need a stair over here too, right? So one more stair in this position. And that actually looks kind of sweet. Let's fly over to the wall. Jeez, trying not to spoil. Fail flight. And let's have a look at that. I actually think that looks kind of cool, I gotta say. I almost want it to be a little bit taller. Maybe that core thing that we made, we can make that actually go a little bit taller. But why don't we try and like fly to a non-spoiled part of the world over here? This is a nice view to look back on. And let's have a look at those spires from a distance. I think they're looking kind of cool. I think they're a little bit thick though. Maybe we need to make them a little bit thinner and a little bit taller. Like this part I really like right here. I think that's what I really need to work on. I need to add that design to the spires. But I really like how they're sort of popping out there. And I really like how this wall is now starting to take shape, right? Let's go over here and take a look. Yeah, look at that. Look at that as we strafe back and forth. I love the wall in the background there, right? It really feels like there is a lot of space back there, like there's an actual fortress or a courtyard or something back there. Absolutely amazing. Loving how this is coming together, baby. Well, that's just about going to do it from me on the Hermitcraft server today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed the episode. Remember to hit that like button if you have, and remember to smack that subscribe button if you want to see more from the ReNDoG. Got carrots in my hand, guys. We're vegetarian in Minecraft for the week, vegetarian in real life. I'll keep you guys updated about how that goes, but thank you so much for watching. ReNDoG signing out, and we will smell you all in the next freaking episode.